Off the Rim, the number one college basketball show. We're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, giving you the best college basketball breakdowns and best bets. Live with your favorite cappers, Alpha Dog Bets, Slam the Bookie, Hefe Picks, and Big Brain Bets. Let's cash with the boys. Tune in and subscribe.
What is up, everybody? I'm Hefe Picks. Slam the Bookie's here with me. Two-man show today on Off the Rim. We had a hell of a Sweet 16 4 games yesterday. We got 4 more games today, 2 Elite 8 games that we have the lines for on Saturday that we're going to go through today. Slam, how about that Duke game last night?
Man, you're right. They're slow start in the first half, but you kind of sense they had like some momentum in the second half, man. Both sides were going at it offensively. I think Tech, it favored Duke, man. Like I said, if Duke starts making them three-pointers and making their shots, they're going to roll, man, because Tech can't really keep up like that. They're more of a defensive squad, and at the end of the day, Duke got it done, and I'm happy for Coach K. Sad for my team, but it is what it is. How do you feel, Hefe?
That was one of the best college basketball games I've seen this year. Back and forth the whole game. Big shot, big shot, big shot, big shot. At the end of the day, the best player on the court was Paolo Banchero, and he proved it. It was probably the best game he's had at Duke. He made the shots he needed to make. He made the plays he needed to make, and he didn't make the mistakes that he made in previous games. Also, Jeremy Roach was incredible down the stretch. He made 2 humongous shots. Shout out to Duke for switching to the 2-3 zone in the middle of the second half. Yep. Really changed the way the Texas Tech was attacking and made them change their offense. And thus was probably why that game ended in a Duke victory. Other than that, the Nova game was a disappointment. We were on Michigan. Nova proved why being the best free throw shooting team in the history of the NCAA is going to get them far in this tournament.
Actually, I want to talk about that game because I was on Michigan and Hunter Dickinson, man. Yesterday, I was like, this guy's gonna have a big game, man. He let me down. Missed almost every single layup. Had the opportunities, and Michigan was there. The cover was right there. Nova back-to-back turnovers and under a minute there, and Michigan driving the lane, just missing layups, man. It was pitiful. But the better team won. Shit, man, that was a bad game to watch, man, because Michigan was right there.
Yeah, and obviously we can't go any further without talking about the fact that Arkansas took down number 1 overall seed Gonzaga. It just shows you that SEC athletes are different. And the athleticism that Arkansas has, the ability to guard all 5 guys, being able to guard all 5 guys, getting Chet Holmgren in foul trouble as early as they did, they played exactly the way they had to beat Gonzaga. And if they play like that, they can beat anybody because they are a down and dirty team. They want to get down there. They want to fight. And they took the fight right to Gonzaga, and Gonzaga really had no answer. Nothing.
Would you say they got screwed by the refs? I've been seeing the refs been screwing Gonzaga. That wasn't a foul, blah, blah. I don't know.
If you're talking about that last,
I was watching the game, man. There was some questionable calls for sure. But again, it is what it is. So Arkansas,
it is what it is. You're right. Well, before we move on and talk about the first game tonight, St. Peter's, Purdue, Cinderella team. Let's reset the room. Let's tell people why we're here. We are here. Support for Off the Rim is brought to you by Manscape, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscape offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. That's 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code ATSSPOT. ATSSPOT is the code at manscaped.com.
Yes,
and if my math is correct, 8 million balls is about 4 million men worldwide. So join them. 20% off, free worldwide shipping with code ATSSPOT at manscaped.com. All right. Without further ado, let's jump into the first game. The first game is America's team, number 15 seed, St. Peter's versus the number 3 seed, the big bad Purdue. I don't know what to say about this one. It's a 13 point spread. It's right where it should be. The athletes that are on Purdue's team just, they out height, out athleticism, everything, every statistical and athletic category you can think of, Purdue is on top of St. Peter's. But that's why St. Peter's is the Cinderella team. Nobody thought they'd beat Kentucky. They beat Kentucky. Nobody thought they'd beat Murray State. They beat Murray State. Now they're here, 13-point underdog. And obviously, we've seen this twice before. We saw it with FGCU, Florida Gulf Coast, about a couple years ago. They were 15 seed. They made it to the Sweet 16. They lost this game. We saw it last year. Oral Roberts, 15 seed. Made it to Sweet 16, loses this game. Will St. Peter's, forget about the spread, do you give St. Peter's any shot? Any shot at all to be the first 15 seed to make it to the Elite Eight?
No chance, man. Purdue rolls here. I think the little run ends for St. Peter's. But if you're looking at the spread, that's tough, man. Like I don't think St. Peter's can stop this Purdue team, man. They just got weapons all over the floor. They got height over St. Peter's. If St. Peter's can get hot from the 3-point line, then could change a lot of things, man.
That's true. So with that being said, who are you on? What's your play?
I like St. Peter's team total under. No, I told you about that like 5 minutes ago, but I just don't think St. Peter's would be able to put up some points here. And the total's already low itself. Sitting at 134. I think overall, the total trends down. I think St. Peter's struggles to score here. And I think Purdue rolls. That's my play. What about you? Can't hear you, dude.
I'm going with St. Peter's plus 13. Sorry. Call me, buying into the moment. Call me a homer because I'm from New York, born in New York, living in New Jersey area. I actually live 15 minutes from St. Peter's campus. I'm totally in. I'm totally buying in. Shaheen Holloway is my hero right now. I love his demeanor. I love just the way that he carries himself. Here's a little trivia question for you. Can you name me the last team out of New Jersey to make the Sweet 16?
Out of New Jersey, is it like is Seton Hall Jersey?
It is Seton Hall in the year.
Let's go, boy!
In the year 2000. Now, if you get this next question right, I'll be really impressed.
Okay.
Who was the starting point guard, the top scorer on that Seton Hall team?
What was the year?
2000.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna guess that.
Shaheen Holloway. Okay. He was leading that team in the year 2000. He got him to the Sweet 16. And in one of the first plays of that game, in the Sweet 16, he injured his knee, was out for the whole game. Obviously, they lost, and his career was over in collegiate. He went on to play overseas. Anyway, this guy is a winner. He knows what it takes, and I love the way he's coaching. I love his interviews. I love the way he speaks. He doesn't care who's playing against him. I loved something so much that he said yesterday on one of the pregame shows. He goes, this week has been a lot of hoopla, all these players getting NIL deals, all this media coverage. I just want to get back to basketball. And I was sitting there, I was thinking, I'm like, man, can you imagine what he's telling his players right now? Like, yeah, I know we're gonna get a lot of media coverage this week. Everybody, we're America's dream right now. But let's not let the dream end. And I'm so bought in. I might even put money on money line. I'm so bought in. God, I hope they win.
What's the money? What's the money line? Let's check.
I would love to know what the money line is.
Plus 650. Wow, that's crazy.
Obviously, for betting purposes, and what will be my official play is St. Peter's plus 13. And obviously, let me take it down a notch. I do think Purdue wins. Purdue's weakness is defense. Sometimes they just don't do it. They just don't do it. They just don't care enough. They don't have the energy to. But they are a supreme offensive team. Trayvon Williams, Zach Edey, and of course their leader, Jaden Ivey, those three are the best three players on the court. You know what I mean? The only way St. Peter's has a chance is if they can get Edey out of the paint, drain threes at an incredible clip, and force Purdue to kind of not play their game, but also kind of speed up the game. Purdue wants this game nice and slow. They want to minimize possessions for St. Peter's, and they just want to out-muscle them, right? Throw it down to Trayvon, throw it down to Zach Edey. But I'm still going with St. Peter's plus 13 here.
And real quick, I mean, looking at the last game Purdue played against Texas, you saw Texas got in a lot of foul trouble right there, right? They had a trouble stopping Williams, Edey, and it was annoying me because I was on Texas, and I was like, bro, stop fouling, and there's nothing you can do. I think St. Peter's might have some issues here, man.
I do too. But I think
how are they going to stop Williams and Edey in the paint? They're going to foul a lot. I expect a lot of fouls here. I don't know, man. I just can't see it being
Yeah, I do agree with you. I do think Purdue wins here. I would love to see St. Peter's keep it going, but I think Purdue's too much for them. But I'm still taking St. Peter's plus 13 because I don't think this team's going to quit even if they're down 20.
For sure.
All right, let's move on.
Let's get it.
Providence versus Kansas, number 4 versus number 1 here. Kansas last number 1 seed up after Arizona and Gonzaga lost yesterday, and Baylor lost in the second round to UNC. Look, there's people all going to this tournament. Providence was one of the fraud teams, me included. I was calling them fraudulence. I didn't even think they'd get past the first round. Well, guess what? Joke's on us. Not only did they get past the first round easily, they got past the second round easily. And here they are, plus 7. They got the biggest challenge yet. It's Kansas. It's the last number 1 seed. It's a blue blood. Providence is getting 7. What do you think?
I'm gonna still say they're frauds. I mean, they made it this far, but I mean, again, they played Texas Southern, Creighton. Creighton has some injuries there, but again, this is going to be a big test for Providence, and I just don't think they can match up here with Kansas. I know I see a lot of public action on Providence, surprisingly. Line is moving all the way down to 7 now, but I still like Kansas to get this one done, man.
I think the public action is kind of a reaction to what happened yesterday, right? Both number 1s go down. You look at this line and you see plus 7, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I mean, maybe Providence won't win, but they can keep this, around the 10 range, and then at the end of the game, hit a 3 here and there and get it right to 7, lose by 6 or something. I'm falling for the trap. I'm on Providence here. 8-1 against the spread as underdogs this year. I don't think Providence wins this game. Don't get me twisted. Kansas wins this game. NCAA needs Kansas to win this game. They need a number 1 seed to keep going, and Kansas is the only one left. Kansas wins. I just think it's a close game. I've seen Providence fight. They fight, and also they get lucky.
Yeah, very lucky.
A plus 7 has lucky written all over. Give me Providence plus 7, man.
Yeah, I think if it trends towards the under in a defensive game, I think it trends towards Providence. But I think if it goes over, I think it goes in favor of Kansas. That's the way I see it.
I respect that. Yeah. So you're officially on Kansas.
Yeah, I'll take Kansas here, man. I think the line has moved too much. I honestly think it might go down to like 6.5, but at this point, the value is gone for Providence.
Got it.
In my opinion.
Got it. All right, let's move it on. What do we got next?
All right, let's get it.
This is a big one. This is probably, to me, this has to be the game of the night to me.
I can agree with that for sure.
Some people could say St. Peter's is, but you might turn into that game 2 minutes in and St. Peter's down 20. This is the game that has the biggest potential to be the closest game from tip to the buzzer. I'll start off with this one. UNC has surprised me. They have played exceptionally well pretty much ever since they beat Duke in the last game of the regular season. Berg bets. Yeah, I do know who else is plus 7 tonight, baby. These 2 jerseys behind me. But not that show. Tune in for OTB later today. If you saw my video from the other day, you already know who I'm on. But anyway, back to this game. This is actually giving me Houston, Arizona vibes. A team that's been here before, that knows what it takes to get to the Final Four, versus a team that's a little younger, a little raw, and just kind of playing off athleticism and good coaching. I'm going with UCLA here. They were just here last year. It's pretty much the same exact damn team. If If Waukes plays tonight, and I believe he's probable with his knee, I think they win this game. I don't even think it's close. But at the end of the day, if it is close, they have the player that I think can take over in Johnny Juzang. I fell in love with Johnny Juzang last year. I think he has got a cold jumper. I think they can get it done today. I'm taking UCLA here.
Okay. I was gonna go North Carolina, but I'm gonna take that one back, man. North Carolina was hot on offense last game against Baylor, and I don't know. I feel like they got lucky in that game because Baylor came all the way back. You saw that 20-0 run by them to go into overtime and then lose it. And again, North Carolina, you had 2 players scoring almost 30 points this last game, and UCLA is a very balanced team. You know, they're better on defense. I like the under here, man. I think both teams will play good defense. It's sitting at 141.5. I can't see North Carolina playing as well as they did last time. So I think, the public is probably overreacting because they're like, oh, North Carolina scored so many points last game. And I think UCLA will, slow down pace, slow down tempo. And this could go either way, honestly. But for me, I lean UCLA, but I love the under in the spot, man.
You think it's going to be a slow pace of game?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that
it has to be if UCLA wants to win.
I was about to say that definitely favors UCLA. I mean, you slow the game down, they're going to be in that ISO situations with Juzang, with Tiger, with Waukes if he plays. And let's not forget Miles Johnson down under. I mean, this team is loaded. They just have to start playing like it. All right, before we move on to the last game tonight and the 2 Elite 8 games tomorrow, which we'll be going over, just reset the room. This show, Get Off the Rim, is brought to you by Manscape and their new Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you will find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance box of briefs, and a travel bag to hold all those 5 goodies in. All that for the price of one, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that you can't miss. So please, stop wasting time. It's time to take care of yourself. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with code ATSSPOT. All right, last game. What do we got? Iowa State 11 seed versus Miami 10 seed. Miami's a favorite at -3. This is the rare double-digit Sweet 16 matchup. I think it's cool. Either way, whoever wins, you have a double-digit seed in the Elite 8, which I always think is fun and kind of makes things a little crazy. I'll start with you. You sounded like you were pretty you had a good read on this game in our pre-show meeting. So let the people know.
For sure. This is probably one of my favorite plays today. Let's see. Hold on. I'm tweeting out real quick. All right. Love Iowa State. +3 here. I think the line keeps moving here. I think you can get a 3.5 if you wait closer to game time. It is the last game. Again, Miami, great team. They play great offense. Wong is putting on a show. Iowa State, known for their defense. I don't think anyone expected Iowa State to make it this far. But again, their defense has won them games. Good win against LSU and Wisconsin and Miami. Good win against Auburn there. This is a hard one, but I'm solely I'm fading the public here heavy. I think 81% of the public is riding Miami right now, and I think this line keeps moving all the way to 3.5 by game time. I like Iowa State plus the points here. I also love the under as well. I think Iowa State, defensively, they've been playing well. I think they play well again. And if it goes under, it's definitely trends towards Iowa State. If it goes over, it trends towards Miami. That's the way I see it.
I'm actually right there with you. I think at this point, defense wins championships. Iowa State, a team that really you look through the Sweet 16 and out of the 16 teams, I'm willing to say Iowa State is the least talked about team. Like forget the games happened yesterday. Yep. Before the game started, you're looking at all the matchups, all 8 matchups, all 16 teams. The least team that anybody was talking about was Iowa State because there's just like, whatever. Ooh, let's not even waste time on them. They'll lose to Miami, and let's not even waste airtime on them. I think they beat Miami tonight. Forget about the cover. I think they win this game. And
all right.
Yeah, I do. I think they win this game outright. I think they prove everybody wrong. My play is Iowa State +3. I'm not going to be crazy here, but I think Iowa State wins this game, man. And who would they play next?
I was going to ask who would they play next.
They would play the winner of Kansas Providence. So tough.
Wow, but Kansas will play. If Iowa State wins. It's pretty much a Big 12 rematch.
Yeah. Obviously, neither of those teams to think about that right now. They have to focus on the team tonight. But
for sure,
yeah, I'm taking Iowa State +3 here. I defense. I think at this time of the year, the game slows down. Every possession becomes so important. Turnovers, rebounding. Iowa State has the advantage on all that. The only advantage Miami has is they're a better scoring team, higher scoring team, and more proficient offensively. I think Iowa State's defense can definitely cause them some issues tonight. Iowa State +3 is my play. All right. Well, that takes care of tonight. But we are lucky enough. We will not have a show tomorrow. And the lines are out for the Elite 8 matchups that we have tomorrow. And boy, are they freaking amazing. We're going to start with – we're starting with Houston, Villanova? Okay. Houston, Villanova. -2 is the line. Houston as the 5 seed is the favorite, or Villanova is the 2 seed. Excuse me. Slam.
Man, this one's I wish Houston wasn't favored. This one's tough now. I have Houston coming out of this region. I got to keep riding Houston here. They've been playing great, man, and everyone has stepped. Kyler Edwards yesterday, man, put on a show.
They are yesterday. So damn deep, man.
They're so deep.
So deep.
And Nova yesterday relied too much on the 3. You saw them they couldn't get into the paint. And they got, I would say they got lucky. Made 15 3-pointers and attempted over 30.
I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling because I believe that if you take away the teams, just black them out, and you look at the statistics, right? You look at Nova, you look at Houston. Forget about the teams. Forget about the players. Everybody's blacked out. Everybody's Joe Smith, and it's just University X versus University Y. You'd be crazy to tell me that looking at the numbers, you wouldn't take Nova. The best free throw shooting team in the history of the NCAA, one of the best three-point shooting teams this year in the country, one of the best defensive teams, one of the slowest paces of game, one of the least turnovers in the country. They have, a legendary head coach. I mean, literally a legend as a head coach who's won it in Jay Wright, a player in Colin Gillespie who is just the exact epitome of a leader, minimal mistakes, always cool, calm. And yet I say all this and I still am going with Houston. I'm going with Houston. And at this point, I think it's okay to say I'm going with the eye test. I watched both these games yesterday. Houston are dogs. They will give up their bodies. They will put themselves in tough situations. They will battle. They will get rough down there to get rebounds. As long as Villanova does not make 15 threes, Houston wins this game. I'm taking Houston on the money line at -135.
That's what I'm saying. I think if Nova doesn't make, over 15 threes, Houston has a good chance, man. Houston is so balanced, man. I love this team before the tournament. I knew they would make it far. I'm taking Houston on the money line here. I'm not taking -2. I think it'll be a really close game, to be honest. And looking at the public side right now, a lot of people on Houston, which kind of worries me. But
excuse me, it worries me too. It worries me too. But sometimes you just gotta go. It's the eye test, man. And I know if Villanova wins this game, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Because they have what it takes. They're, like I just read you, all the statistics. They are the epitome of a team that makes it and should be here. But we'll see. All right, the other one. Yeah. Oh, this one. Duke
is fair -4.
Arkansas, who just took down number 1 Gonzaga, versus Duke. Duke is a -4. Personally, I think the odds makers are begging you to take Arkansas. They're just sitting there, just begging. Vegas is like, please do it. Please. They beat Gonzaga. Look how good they played against Gonzaga. Duke just had one good game. There's no way. It is such a Duke play. Oh, my God. It is such a Duke play. Guys, Duke last night showed me that they have what it takes to play in big moments. They have grown up so fast since their loss to UNC, and even since their loss to Virginia Tech. They're three tournament games that they played. They have played incredible basketball. And even when their back's against the wall, I noticed that's when they play the absolute best. No panic. There was no finger pointing yesterday when mistakes were made. They just D'd the F up, and the playmakers stepped up. Banchero, best game in a Duke uniform yesterday. The reason, and I know how easy it is to be like, but Arkansas just took down Gonzaga. I'm sorry. Look at the type of athletes Gonzaga has versus the type of athletes that Arkansas has. Arkansas has 5 guys on the court at any time that can guard 5 guys. Duke has the same exact thing, except their best players are better than Arkansas's best players. I love Note. He played his ass off and was shown that he's not scared of anybody. But Jeremy Roach did that same thing. I love Williams, but Banchero is going to take him to town. And I do love Chet Holmgren, but Chet Holmgren does not have even close to enough muscle like Max Williams does on Duke. I think Duke wins this game. I think they roll. And at the end of the day, I'm sticking with my narrative. The NCAA needs Duke in the Final Four. They need it. There's 100%. Too much money to be made, people. And let me just play something out that Slam you told me in the pre-show meeting. Could you imagine if UNC wins tonight, and then UNC would then face the winner of Purdue and St. Peter's for a chance to go to the Final Four? That winner, it's possible that UNC and Duke would meet in the Final Four in the semifinal game. That is an NCAA dream. That is a freaking dream. I'm not saying that's going to happen because I actually have UNC losing tonight, but I love Duke so much, Shamar, that it scares me. It scares me.
Yeah, man, and I don't know, man. Is Arkansas getting disrespected back-to-back games here? I mean, odd makers gave them plus 9.5 yesterday, and I think the trend yesterday, they haven't beat a number 1 seed in like the last 10.
Over 10, yep.
Yeah, over 10, right? And they got the win, right? Good for Arkansas. This is a tough one because -4, man. Do I trust Duke? Duke's been playing so good. Yeah, it's a Duke play. I like Duke. I'm with you there, man. Duke, every single player scored in double digits yesterday. Banchero had a hell of a game, and I think the momentum continues to roll here. I think it's meant to be type shit.
You know what it is? I heard multiple players say this after the game yesterday. They want this so damn bad, and no shit. They know what's at stake. They recognize. They lose, Coach K's career is done. They are 3 wins away from sending him off in a parade. They want it so bad. Also, let's not overlook the obvious. Duke shot 71% from the field yesterday in the second half. 71%. They did not miss a shot for the last 7.5 minutes of the game from the field. That is insane. If they can carry that into Arkansas ain't going to have a chance, man. I'm taking Duke -4 tomorrow. All right. Before we get into best bets, let's just reset the room one last time. Tell you guys why we get to do this wonderful show. Support for Off the Rim is brought to you by Manscape. Get 20% off and free shipping with code ATSSPOT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code ATSSPOT. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
All right.
Best bets time. Want me to go first?
Let's get it.
All right. I'm going to do something a little crazy here. I'm only going to give one best bet for today, but I'm going to give you 2 for tomorrow. I'm going with UCLA tonight on the money line. It's at -140. I think the veteran leadership, they've been here before. They were just here last year. Coaching, leadership, veteran players who want to step up in the big spots. I think UCLA gets it done tonight over UNC. I'm taking them on the money line. Tomorrow, I'm taking Houston on the money line, and I'm taking Duke -4. Those are my 3 best bets. I know I'm only giving you 1 tonight, but since we won't have a show tomorrow, I'm giving you my 2 plays for tomorrow as well. Slam, what do you got?
All right. St. Peter's team total under is my first play, sitting at 60.5 right now. And I'm rolling with North Carolina, UCLA under 142. And then the last play, my favorite play, Iowa State plus the 3. I think way closer to game time, you can get it at 3.5. I'm seeing some books have 3.5 right now. But I love Iowa State to get it done. Potentially win outright too.
All right. Well, guys, that does it for Off the Rim. Enjoy the Sweet 16 tonight. Enjoy the Elite 8 this weekend. And we will definitely be back. We will definitely be back next week for a Final Four show. Let's go, Duke, baby. Let's go. Come on. You got this shit. Peace out, everybody.